China is known for being excellent in culinary, technology, managing business, at syempre, bukod sa pagiging, alam nyo na, sa West Philippine Sea. Chinese are also known for producing utility, goods, at a very competitive price. Alam natin na the phrase that is made in China is often being associated with substandard. But that isn't always the case. On that regard, tignan natin when it comes to watchmaking. At syempre, para sa mga bago sa channel na to, if your interests circles around wristwatch and the essence of time in our daily lives, 5 seconds lang i-click yung like and subscribe. Dahil ang mga contents natin dito ay para sa mga watch smart and sa mga street smart na kagaya. Sa dami na nang nasukat, nasubok at nakilatis kong relo, napataas hindi lang ang kilay ko, pati na rin yung balahibo ko sa relo na to. Alamin natin kung bakit, dahil baka ito na yung susunod na wristwatch ko. Itong hawak ko ngayon is tinatawag na Moonface Master o yung SUM199B with basic Seagull ST1908 movement. Watch that is produced by a well-known watch brand, Suges. Bago lang itong company, was recently founded nito lang 2010, but a well-respected brand in Greater China and now gaining more popularity sa mga watch enthusiasts and collectors sa Southeast Asia. This Moonface Master can be considered to be either a sports watch or a dress watch. Either way, you're going to get the best of both worlds. On a quick glimpse, makikita nyo yung vintage western inspiration na parang Mont Blanc Heritage Moonface chronometry and some oriental aspect dahil sa style niya nung kanyang wave dial. Dimension aspect is a 316L grade stainless steel na 40mm diameter and a thickness of 12mm. The wearing experience feels a little bit larger than what it is on papers. 48mm kasi yung lag-to-lag nito. So siguro to create proportion, no? Pero naibalanse naman kasi nung slope din na para akap sa pulso ng wearer. Ito yung reference nyo for a 6.5-inch wrist size. The finishing of the case is polished from front to back. While dirt magnet siya, kasi masyadong makintab eh. But it adds elegance dun sa kanyang overall appeal. Case thickness, as mentioned earlier, is around 13mm to 14.4mm if you're going to consider na domed crystal siya. A bit chunky for a dress watch, pero acceptable considering two complications are squeezed in this package. This might affect the wearing experience para sa iba kung tiny yung wrist nyo, but in my case, it sits right at the sweet spot. So lug width naman is 22mm and an interchangeable strap. But what's cool about this watch is that the strap is a quick release. Kung sakali gusto nyo magpalit ng strap to put more personalization, madali siyang tanggalin. Speaking of strap, this is made of genuine leather. Siyempre, para mas accessible yung price range sa mga budget conscious. And of course, for a more dressy look. Kung madalas kayong ma-attend ng formal events, like inauguration, or kung madalas kayong nagnininong, o kung nag-o-opisina kayo, so to speak. Kung allergic naman kayo sa leather strap, available din yung bracelet variant. Yung strap niya, merong 4-pin holes for a more accurate wrist fitting. Can cater 5.5 inches to 7.5 inches of wrist size. Kung alam niyo yung sukat nyo. O alam ko. Sa dulo ng strap, syempre may butterfly buckle with the brand name Suges na laser printed. I admire the brand for this additional workmanship. The watch face naman is unorthodox because of its with grain dial, as the company calls it. And depending on the light condition, nagkukulay pistachio or cream yung dial niya. Meron din itong white variant at meron din black dial variant. Price is about the same range. This watch is protected by a domed sapphire crystal glass to make it more resistant to scratches. Halimbawa, kung makas ka sa zipper or through rough surfaces like door handles, golden goblet, silver spoons, mga ceramic, o pwede rin sabihin natin pangsalag sa sampal ng nanay o jowa pag nalaman na bumili kayo ng bagong relo, tapos sila wala. Nonetheless, putting sapphire reflects on how the company means business. Dipping into the dial naman, meron tayong delicately applied seconds and milliseconds markers sa kanyang chapter ring, which is very important for accurate timing tuwing gagamitin nyo yung chronograph. Looking at the hour markers naman, they are individually applied Roman numerals, but of course with the exception of 3, 9, and 12 o'clock. These 3, 9, and 12 exceptions are overlaid with 3 individual subdials. Simulan natin dito sa 12, kung saan nandito yung date indicator na 1 to 31, which can be adjusted through the recessed pushers dun sa gilid ng case at 10 o'clock around here. Kasama namang tool ito pag bumili kayo, or you can use naman toothpicks, but of course, do it carefully, no, para hindi naman magasgasan yung mechanism. At 3 o'clock naman is the 30-minute timer ng chronograph. Very utilitarian for workouts or kung mag-ooras kayo ng interval ng pag-inom ng gamot or even for baking. On a corporate setup naman, pwede nyong orasan yung isang presentation sa isang meeting. Or kung may madaldal kayong kapitbahay, pwede nyong i-measure kung ilang words per minute ang dinadaldal. While at 8 naman is yung kanyang small seconds subdial with printed seconds marker. Other complications naman is itong nasa 5, 6, and 7 markers. Ito ay yung moon phase window that usually transitions every 24 hours. And can be adjusted as well dun sa kanyang recessed pushers naman na nakaseparate dito sa 8 o'clock position. Para sa akin naman, this is just a day and night indicator, no? Pero siguro mas useful to kung taga Norway ka or Iceland, Alaska, or even Finland. All of these complications are powered by a seagull movement na tinatawag na caliber ST1908, which is a refined engineering based on a Swiss Venus 175 na ginamit din ng Breitling sa Navitimer 1955, kung familiar kayo. Teka, ano ba itsura niyang caliber ST1908 na yan? Flipping this watch over, is makikita natin yung horological spectacle na yung ST1908 na yan, where the column wheel chronograph is housed and the 59th gear for the 29.5 days nitong moon phase niya, with of course 23 jewels. And again, this is covered by sapphire crystal. Napakahusay nitong company na to, no? They seem to want to give you the best value for your money, and it seems to be they're giving you more than what you paid for. At huwag kayong mag-alala, this is not expensive by no means. Itong ST1908 is a manual winding caliber which vibrates at 3 Hz or 21,600 beats per hour. So meaning, ang accuracy nito is within -20 to +40 seconds per day. Right about the same nung mga Seiko NH35 or let's say yung Miyota 8205 or 8215. For context lang din hindi ito gagana sa mga winders kagaya nitong nasa likod ko. Kasi wala itong balance beat. Pero this will give you a 45-hour of power reserve when fully winded, but with the exception of how much you use the chronograph. Still, almost 2 days is pretty expensive at this price segment. Two guys outsource their movement from Seagull. Seagull is arguably the Chinese version ng Miyota or parang counterpart ng Seiko and ETA to a certain extent dun sa China. Notable watch brand na gumagamit ng Seagull kung familiar kayo sa Dan Henry tsaka yung Baltic. The timing accuracy naman pagdating dun sa chronograph is comparable dun sa mga quartz movement din na chronograph, indicating that this is a well-calibrated chronograph. Siyempre siguro dahil 30 minutes timer lang naman, but what's great about this is that this is a flyback mechanism. Unlike most quartz chronograph, kagaya nitong nakikita niyo. Siyempre, ibig sabihin yan, pwede nyong gamitin consecutively yung chronograph niya. Yung kanyang hour and minute hand naman are stainless at tinatawag na lit style. Yung third hand naman niya dito sa main dial is a chronograph naman yan. Pero ang tawag sa kanya is empty lollipop style. Wala siyang luminosity, no? But siguro fair lang if you would consider na dress watch siya kasi yung dress watch naman is intended to be clean and sleek. Nonetheless, legibility is great naman in daylight scenarios dahil yung mga small hands naman is polished in the right way. With the right color combination din para maganda yung contrast kahit medyo low light. Water resistant naman is 50 ATM or 50 meters which is quite impressive for an exhibition case back. Especially, dress watches are usually rated around 30 meters lang. Kaya masasabi natin, good pa rin siya sa mga quick restroom break. Example, pupunta kayo ng lababo, maghuhugas kayo ng kamay, or quick restroom, ano? O kaya halimbawa, nasa biyahe kayo, lumabas kayo, biglang umulan. Safe pa rin yung relo nyo sa mga ganong klaseng. Wearability and style will do just fine sa mga casual attires naman, no? Pero it would still works best pagka naka-long sleeve kayo o kaya naka-jacket. Siyempre sa mga formal attire pa. Ngayon, the deal breaker. Brad, magkano ba yung Suges Moon Face Master na yan? Ang SRP nito is around 11,700. But I got this for about 10,400 kasi maraming discount nung binili ko to, tsaka mga voucher. Pero syempre, factor din yung presyo ng paborito nyong retailer. Nga pala, walang physical store na nagbebenta nito eh. Mostly, makakakuha kayo nito secondary market or online. Sa halaga nito, you could argue, makakabili na kayo ng dissenting Seiko, o kaya Casio, o kaya Citizen, or perhaps an Orient, no? Kung dress watch ang usapan. Pero, be honest with me, pag bumibili ba tayo ng relo, is it about the brand? Or do we buy watch for what it is? Though understandably naman na we buy watch, or in general, we buy products and goods because of the brand name dahil dun sa reputasyon na naka-associate dun sa brand name. Parang halimbawa, pag sinabi kong toothpaste o kaya sinabi kong pancit canton, initially, may maiisip na tayo na brand name kaagad, ano? Pero syempre, dahil may pangalan yan, binabayaran din natin yung tax dyan or yung premium and yung royalty that comes with the brand name. Though my tip is, it doesn't hurt to try new brands provided that you did your due diligence and your research. Isa pa, majority of these new players naman dito sa watchmaking, they give you more than what you pay for. Take for example, anong mga watch brand ba yung nag-o-offer ng Moonface with chronograph? You can only name very few. JJ Lecoultre o kaya yung Longines. Pero alam naman natin na those brands aren't for everybody's cup of tea. Alam nyo na ibig kong sabihin doon. Ako naman personally, no, trying out a reputable and understated brands gives us a bit more of a character and uniqueness. At maski itanong nyo pa sa pinakamagandang babae na kilala nyo na, mahirap kayong palitan kung wala kayong katulad. Kumbaga, di bali na yung tayo yung gayahin. Iwasan natin gumaya sa iba. Maliban na lang kung talagang panatiko tayo nung ginagaya natin. Kung dyan ka masaya, suportahan ta ka. Now, here's my verdict of this watch. And that's all, folks. Kayo ba? Anong verdict nyo sa watch na ito? Palagay nyo ba? May chance ba ito na bilhin nyo? And generally speaking, anong masasabi nyo sa mga watches that are made in China? Does it live to the expectation ba? Use the comment section down below. At anong brand naman at watch model ang gusto nyong i-review natin na sunod? Sana makatulong yung video na to sa pagbili nyo ng susunod nyong relo. Once again, this is your time catcher. Keep praying and keep watching.